that I speak. In Gikuyu, you greet people. If there are many, you tell them, Murega. It's like telling them, are you well? And then they respond, Turega. Yeah, let me try again, Murega. Great. I have also learned one or two other Kenyan languages, or I'm still learning them. I started with Kipsigis, and we will, in Kipsigis, I greet you, Yo Mune. Yes, Yo Mune, you're supposed to say, Chamige. Let's try again, Yo Mune. Great, great. I have also some interest in Borana. Borana is spoken in northern Kenya, and we say, I think there are quite a number of greetings there. Yeah, well, like I can say, Nageni Badada. You're supposed to respond, Badada. Let's try. Nageni Badada. Great, you're good students. All right, I want to, okay, the chief guest, Ambassador Dr. Ali Gulampur, the Iranian ambassador in Kenya, the Vice Chancellor, and I can see he's here ably represented, the Cultural Counselor, Dr. Ali Pumarjan, at least for me, I'm taking the challenge. He's Dr. Ali Pumarjan. Yeah, and of course, we have our executive dean, lecturers, colleagues, students, ladies and gentlemen. I want to welcome you to this celebration. Today we are gathered to celebrate an important aspect of humanity, and that is language. You know, there are certain parts of this country, now not even the world, parts of this country, where if one day we abolish the use of mother language, I want you to think of a county in Kenya that one day the government issues a decree and says that from today, no other language, don't use Kiswahili, don't use any other language. Don't use your mother tongue. Don't use even Kiswahili, and don't use English. If we decided to abolish the use of mother language, the economy can grind to a halt. People will not speak because we use our languages as means of production. So mother language is very, very important. And that's why in the Department of Literature, Linguistics, and Foreign Languages, we join the global community in celebrating mother language. That's where we draw our identity. For so many of us here in Kenya, this is the language that we will resort to when these other languages that we learned in school, when they hit a dead end. That is the language we will resort to. That's the language when someone is extremely angry, you will use that language. When you want to express those deep levels of emotions, that is the language we use. So mother language is very, very important. So as a department, we join the global community. And I want to maybe just give a brief history of how this day came about. The year was 1952 in that part of the world that today we call Bangladesh. That time Bangladesh was part of Pakistan. And the government of the day made a decree that from now on, the language that will be used to transact business in government and in all other important functions, it will be Urdu. And they said those people from that part were told that you are not free to use Bengali. And it became a big issue because people felt, how? How can they deny us an opportunity to express ourselves in the language that we've spoken since we were toddlers? And it led to what became to be the language movement. The government at some point issued a curfew, and they said that you cannot go out and you should not be seen walking together, two of you. And the university students that time were in the forefront in protesting. And it led to the death of so many students because the government of the day was, they were saying that we cannot allow you to use another language. You can only use the language that the government has given you to use. And it became a big thing. And, to cut the long story short, that is what led to the birth of Bangladesh today. And so in 1992, the UN thought, if language is something that is that important that people can lay down their lives because of it. So in 1992, they decided that the 21st of February will be the day that globally we will be celebrating mother language. And that is why we are here, to celebrate mother language. And I want to challenge you. I want to give you 1 minute. That person next to you, can you greet them in a language other than English, the language you speak, your mother tongue? Can you greet that person? There is someone here who needs, can you speak to him? This gentleman here. Yeah. Yeah, Victor, I can see you. You are not talking to someone. Yes. Great. Yeah, that is it. So that's now mother language. And we are going to hear a lot about mother language from the presenters who will come after me. So that is the whole idea, the whole point. We celebrate mother language. And I do not want to take a lot of time. I want to welcome the Executive Dean, Dr. Richard Wafula. He is the Dean in charge of the School of Law, Arts, and Social Sciences. That is where our department is domiciled. And we are so lucky that our Dean is also an enthusiast of languages. And he is going to tell us 1 or 2 things about mother language. So kindly, let's put our hands together as we welcome the Executive Dean.